Game 82 of the NBA's regular season. The top four seeds in the East, they are set. Leaving 5 through 10 to be determined, the Hawks have already clinched a top 6 spot, leaving the Raptors, Magic, and Sixers to battle out the final automatic playoff spot in the East. Less drama out west. The Lakers, they need a win against the Jazz and a Nuggets loss to the Spurs to overtake Denver for the 3 seed. Denver, the hottest team in the association, though, right now. Nuggets, Spurs, 8:30 Eastern tonight on ESPN. On the individual level, Nikola Jokic, questionable for tonight. He needs to play at least 15 minutes to qualify for postseason honors. Overall, 6 of the 9 active former MVPs currently ineligible for season awards entering Sunday. Quentin Richardson, very much eligible to join the program this morning. Q, fantastic to see you. Good morning. The Nuggets, the hottest team in the league. They are on an 11-game win streak. Win, and the 3 seed is theirs. How big of a threat, if in your estimation they are a threat, are they to the Thunder in the playoffs?
Oh, Denver are a very legitimate threat to the Thunder in the playoffs. Right now, they hadn't been really healthy with Aaron Gordon and a lot of their guys most of the season, and now they've hit a stretch where they've gotten healthy. They've got most of their guys back, and that's probably why they're the hottest team in the league with the 11-game win streak. But I absolutely believe that Denver, I mean, you have to remember, last year they took them 7 games, and anything could have happened in that 7 game. OKC pulled it out and got it done. But Denver is capable of beating, I feel like, the Thunder or the Spurs in these playoffs. So they are legitimate to me.
All right, Q, there are plenty of games today on the slate.
Lakers hosting the Suns. Still no Luka, no Austin Reeves in this one due to injuries. But doesn't even matter because LeBron James putting the Lakers on his back. Luke Kennard finds James with a flush right there. How about James hits Rui Hachimura behind the back 3. That one's good. LeBron reaches 12,000 career assists, only the 4th player in NBA history to hit that mark. He joins John Stockton, Chris Paul, and Jason Kidd. Lakers up by 15. LeBron again. Patented mid-range turnaround jumper, 22 first-half points, tied for his highest scoring half this season. Late third, Marcus Smart hits LeBron. Who does that? Lakers just running away with this one. LeBron again picks up the loose ball, throws down the dunk here in transition. That'll be all she wrote. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 12 assists, and 4 steals. The Lakers go on to win 101-73. The Lakers will officially open the playoffs at home this season with their win over Phoenix, but they still have a chance to clinch the 3 seed with a win and a Denver loss on Sunday. ESPN Analytics gives the Lakers a 61% chance to earn the 3 seed. All right, our NBA analyst Quentin Richardson joins us right now in Q. Let's look at the West. The Rockets are locked into the 5 seed and we'll have to wait and see who gets the 4 seed on Sunday. So which team would Houston match up better with in the first round? Is it the Lakers or the Nuggets?
This is easy, Amina, right here. I mean, with Luka and Austin Reeves not being back yet, and who knows how healthy and what condition they'll be in when they do get back. Houston would rather play the Lakers all day long, every day. And that's not to say this is going to be an easy series because LeBron, as you seen last night, is very capable of going back into the lead spot and trying to put them in a position to win. So I'm not saying that like Houston's just going to go in there and sweep the Lakers if those guys don't play, because I do believe LeBron will still make them competitive, but the Lakers are the easy choice because Denver is strong when they get at full strength.
Yeah, Lakers missing some offense. We look at Doncic and also Austin Reeves not being out there. Lakers play the Jazz on Sunday while the Nuggets play the Spurs to close the regular season. Speaking of the Nuggets, they won 11 in a row after beating OKC last night. Jokic, Murray, and Aaron Gordon all didn't play in that game last night. However, just how dangerous could Denver be in the postseason?
I feel like Denver's going to be one of those teams that's going to be competing to come out of the West. I would not be surprised one bit if they make it to the Western Conference Finals and they're there to try and go on to the finals, because Joker is having a career, is having an all-time type year. We've never seen anybody lead the league in assists and rebounds in the same year. And he's averaging a triple-double, which is higher than the triple-double that he had when he got the MVP. So he's playing the top form, and he's been unbelievable for them. And then you get Aaron Gordon and the complimentary guys coming back, and them at full strength, they're a scary team.
Yeah, you mentioned the numbers that Jokic is putting up. The Joker has 64 games played this season. He must play at least 15 minutes Sunday versus the Spurs to be eligible for those postseason awards. I don't know if he's thinking about that right now, but I'm sure he's thinking about more so winning a championship than postseason awards. More from Q in the next hour to break down the East. Q, thanks so much.
I ask, which team has the best chance to knock off the Thunder if we're talking June and actually in the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, so watching the game last night, obviously prisoner of the moment. Wow, can the Wolves do this? And I do think they can. My favorite, if healthy though, I'm still looking at the Denver Nuggets. Okay. Now, it's a big question on how healthy they will be, obviously with the Joker and now Aaron Gordon. But I think you got to give this Timberwolves team real credence. I mean, this is a group, we always talk about the process of winning. They've gotten to the Western Conference Finals. They've got scar tissue, if you will, in the postseason. Anthony Edwards is one of those superstars that can get you on both sides of the floor, similar to his counterpart in this game in SGA. So I got the Wolves right now.
Brad Botkin. Brad, good to be with you here. Let's start in the West, where we could get a Jokic and the Nuggets against Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves matchup. 2 years ago, you'll remember Denver lost in 7 games to Minnesota in the conference semis. This year, Nuggets went 3-1 against the T-Wolves, for whatever that matters, because you throw out these records when you meet in the playoffs. So, Brad, how are you evaluating this possible first-round matchup?
So the Timberwolves are a sleeper to me. You know, everybody forgets that they've been in the conference finals the last 2 years. They're easy to dismiss for whatever reason. But they're tough. Anthony Edwards has been incredible this year in the clutch. He seems to be healthy. He's having that knee issue that everybody was concerned about because it wasn't healing the way that people were hoping. It kind of was lingering. Jaden McDaniels is back. So the Timberwolves will be a tough test. But the Nuggets, I think, are looking more at their second-round series. And I think that's why tomorrow's game is really, really interesting, because if the Nuggets can't win that game, and they drop to the 4 seed because the Lakers are more than likely going to beat the Jazz. If the Nuggets lose to the Spurs, they would drop to the 4, play Houston in the first round, but more importantly, have to play OKC in the second round. And so it really, really incentivizes the Spurs to go all out tomorrow, because if they can win and push Denver down, then Denver and OKC would have to play in the second round, and the Spurs would only have to play one of those teams, which is a major, major difference than Denver ending up at 3 and San Antonio having to go through Denver and OKC in back-to-back series to potentially make the finals. So, you know, everybody was questioning whether Victor Wembanyama should have been playing last night, if it was worth the risk. It wasn't just to get him to the 65 games to be eligible for MVP and DPOY and all NBA. It was to set up this game on Sunday where the Spurs have a legitimate chance to manipulate their bracket in a much more favorable fashion.
Yeah, certainly keep our eye on that, because that...
As long as like Fox, as long as Fox, Castle, as long as those guys are not expending that energy where they're too tired to do heavy lifting in that next round, right? If one is just, okay, you just guard Booker and I can just, then Spurs could beat Denver, right? Because if Murray, that'd be stupid if Murray's guarding Ant-Man, right? And he has to deal with Ant-Man. He's getting his ass burned out.
I got the Spurs simply because the last game they played, I think that was the highlight of what that series is going to be between them two. As far as the coaching matchups, how they coached that game, they did a lot of leaving Brown open in the corner. He hit a lot of threes that game, and there was a bunch of rotation shots where Joker found him based on them running at him, and they was playing solid defense up until like the last 3 seconds of the shot clock, 5 seconds maybe. And there was a lot of times that you could see that San Antonio was scheming, and there was a lot of times that you could see that San Antonio was scheming for the Nuggets and trying to see what Gordon was going to do, was who was going to hit shots on the weak side, and they actually left Brown open a lot. So if they're going to keep that same game plan, it's going to be based on Brown actually showing up and doing his thing. They took Jamal Murray out of the pick and roll where he was doing his thing, hitting those little shots. They actually clogged the lane on that. They had guys on elbows and nails for where they made him kick and kick. So a lot of those things came down to throwing it in the Joker, playing off him. And I think that if they play that way, they got a chance to take it 7.
No.
If they change up the difference of how they play that game specifically, and they do anything else, it could go Denver's way, just because they know what they're doing if you're not making it tough on the pick and roll and making another player play. If you allow them two guys to just play the pick and roll and do what they do, you get blown out. I don't think the Spurs, depending on, no matter who they got out there, do what they do, you get blown out. I don't think the Spurs, depending on, no matter who they got out there playing them guys, it's just the way that they play. But I think the way that they played that game, if De'Aaron Fox don't fucking, shit, he fucking tricked off the fucking layup to fucking tie the game up. And he was supposed to make the game. Nah, when he shorted the little shot. And
but
I think a lot of different plays.
That's why I don't feel like Denver.
Plays.
That's why I don't feel like the Spurs are gonna win, because Denver, that showed it. Like they showed how to win. In the hard times, when the game's on the line, that youngness come out. And I felt like even Wemby in overtime, he didn't step up. He didn't shoot the ball. Didn't go towards the ball that much.
Nah, he did. They went to him every time. He got the ball. It was just that he had Aaron Gordon on him. Aaron Gordon knew how to play him.
And when playoffs, them shots matter. When you miss a shot as a young person, that's like, God damn.
No, you go to De'Aaron Fox. That's who you got to go to.
And they're going, but he still ain't been in no. He ain't been. He been to the second round.
But he's just a clutch.
But he still ain't been in no. He ain't been. He been to the second round.
But he's just a clutch performer.
He
can make. He's the one that got the experience.
Still thinking he got to pass to Wemby.
Nah, that's what needs to change.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everybody feel like they gotta.
That's why you test it out.
Playoffs,
That's why
Joker going straight to his spots, comfortable. They've been there before. They comfortable. When you see a guy looking like that, making every shot, and you missing yours, your head go down as a young player. You start thinking, oh man, this shit over with. We ain't got a chance.
But he ain't like everybody else.
Yeah,
He not the type of guy that's gonna be like, oh, no, he give me the ball again. And then I think he will defer if he ain't got it going. He really like, hey, De'Aaron, if you feel like you got it, let's go. Take over. Let's do it. As long as we winning, that's all that matters.
Fox, he got to get that program.
It's going to be a really, like, if they meet up in the championship, it will be a very, very...
Second round?
If they, meet in the second round because...
Second round?
If they, meet in the second round because... Outside of your, like, the guys that are going to be left open, right, if you're trying to scheme, really aren't great three-point shooters. So you're going to rely on them to shoot threes at a very high level, right? So if those guys are making threes, it can change how the defense is. If they're missing threes, it's going to be a problem, right? So I'm looking at, they took 45 threes. It was 15 for 45. If Wemby don't, and this was rare that Wemby got fouled and went to the free throw line. If Wemby don't shoot 16 free throws,
yeah.
You know what I mean? If he was sitting there just, I'm going to just keep checking threes with the rest of my team, they don't stay in that game. But now he's getting people in foul trouble. Like he's putting pressure on the...
And he did that early in the first half, too. He had like 8 free throws in the first half. He was getting to the line early.
Champagne, Wemby shooting threes. Okay, so like Fox, okay, you can shoot threes. You didn't...
He was getting to the line early.
Champagne, Wemby shooting threes. Okay, so like Fox, okay, you can shoot threes. You didn't make none that game.
Harrison Barnes.
Vassell. Right, you're a three-point shooter now. So Castle,
Fox and Wemby in the clutch were obviously left much to be desired, but you would think that that's not gonna.
Like Chris, like Brown, 11 threes.
He shot 11. What Cam Johnson? He shot a couple.
He was 4 for 8. But you know the ones that are really like you're talking about Peyton Watson. If he's not, he's not.
No, he's
like you're gonna allow Gordon to shoot threes. Like if you hit him,
he can hit. He can.
That's what I'm saying. If you hit him, we'll guard you, but we're gonna let you shoot him.
Close out late. We'll close out late on
they're gonna let Gordon shoot threes before they guard him, and they're gonna let Brown shoot threes.
And they was pre-rotating.
If you make them, cool, we'll adjust. But y'all gonna see if y'all hot this series and game by game.
For sure.
But we're not gonna let Murray we're not letting Murray and Jokic get open shots to shoot threes because we know what happens if they are on fire. And Jokic get open shots to shoot threes because we know what happens if they are on fire. But if you hit 3 threes and you're going to take shots away from, your 2 stars, cool.
Yeah.
Keep
going up.
Too? Cam over there?
Yeah. But he's a 3-point shooter. But, you got 3. You're going to always have 3 and you're going to have 2.
Oh, no, Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway Jr. But yeah, you're going to.
Them 3. That's what they was doing. They was leaving Tim in the game with Cam Johnson.
Okay, now you're changing.
Now it changed. Yeah. Then you got Aaron in the dunker.
Yeah.
That's what made it. That made it real tough for them. That made it real tough for them.